Welcome, listener, to the Coffee View. Today, we are diving into a powerful idea how sports and hobbies like soccer, basketball, kickball, king contest, queen contest, dance, and even creative arts can be used as platforms for positive social changes, especially where you are in post-war Liberia. I should like to request your presence in joining me on an imaginary journey. Imagine a football field filled with young Liberians, 15 to 35 years of age. They all from different neighborhoods, different tribes and backgrounds, all playing soccer, all joining a dance competition. At first glance, it may look like a game or performance, but what's actually happening is a powerful act of unity and healing. In a place like Liberia, where communities, tribes, neighbors, friends are all still recovering from the impact of civil war, this should be a welcome atmosphere. I strongly believe that the youth of Liberia, 15 to 35 years of age, can use sports and hobbies as an unexpected yet incredible ways to rebuild trust, foster connection, and ignite positive change in Liberia. Please join me on an imaginary journey to Tutmaberg Bummy Hills, where a resilient community is rising from the ashes of civil war. I also want you to imagine a town battle and bruise, grappling with the lingering trauma of conflict, a place where people sought an agreement of hope to help themselves heal and move forward. Amid this background, a group of determined young men dared to dream of something that could bring them together and foster unity. At the heart of this group was Shamaka Jr., a passionate leader who, alongside his friends, founded a soccer club. And in a nod to the world's most famous lunar mission, they named it Apollo 11, a symbol of bold ambition, a symbol of bold determination, and stepping into the unknown. But for Shamaka Jr. and his team, Apollo 11 was more than just a soccer club. They saw Apollo 11 as a platform to tackle violence and rebuild trust within their fractured community and fractured Liberia. Rather than turning to hostility, they chose the power of teamwork, finding in sports a common language to bridge the divides left by the Civil War. With each game, they sought not victory, but to cultivate respect among players, fans, community members, and across all tribes in Liberia. I would like to interject this. When people feel respected, they act differently. When people feel disrespected, they also act differently. Just a little bit diversion for my non-Liberian audience. Liberia is a home to 16 additional tribes, each with its own unique culture, heritage, and language. The Bassa, the Belek, Dane Ogola, the Bandi, Gil, Gribble, Kisi, Pele, Crown, Crew, Loma, Mandingo, Mendi, Sapo, Gola, and Ba. These tribes collectively should represent the rich cultural diversity of Liberia. Each tribe contributes distinct traditions, languages, and practices that are integral part of our Liberian identity. Now back to Shamika Jr. and the Apollo 11 team. The team started small, often meeting at a modest field in Tottenberg, Bombay Hills, to practice and to strategize. With limited resources, the gear was pieced together from donations, the uniform mismatch, and the equipment far from you. But they had something that mattered more. Let's add a little bit of practical example to this to bring this home. Let's assume that you have just graduated from high school. You want to pursue higher education, maybe a lawyer, maybe a plumber, whatever you want to be. Your goal is to have financial independence tomorrow. Your goal is to make sure that you and your family are comfortable. So, you are required from step A to step B between here to conquer all the challenges that you will face to get to your final year for graduation. Therefore, in retrospect, if Shamika Jr. wants a better life tomorrow for Liberia, if Shamika Jr. wants a brighter future for Liberia tomorrow, that is the motivation that will have them doing what they are doing right now to realize that reality or that dream tomorrow. They had something that mattered more, as I said earlier, and that was the unshakable belief in the positive change they hope to inspire their fellow Liberian youth. So at the beginning of each match, Shamika Jr. gathered his fellow teammates and reminded them that they were just not playing for themselves. Rather, they were playing for a peaceful future of Liberia. One of their earliest community efforts was to organize a friendly tournament among neighboring towns like Clade and Swain and etc. This was a risky business. Shamika Jr. and his teammates were trying to bring communities and different tribes together that still harbor grievances and mistrust. Shamika, relying on one of Seneca's, the great philosopher, one of his sayings, what stands in the way is the way. Shamika saw all the obstacles and challenges, but he said to himself and his teammate, we need to use the energy of competition to foster camaraderie and mutual respect. When people feel respected, like I said earlier, they react differently. When they feel disrespected, they react differently also. They invited teams from other post-war towns like Bar, Bear, and Chenowin to join. On game day, surprisingly, people from all over Bumming Hills and neighboring towns, Bumming Hills, Clay, Swain, and other towns, came to watch the match. For once, the field wasn't divided by anger or fear, but by a shared love for soccer. As the tournament began, naturally tension was high. But as the game unfolded, something incredible happened. The cheering, laughter, and camaraderie brought a collective sense of peace to the field. By the final whistle, people who had once been divided were cheering together, shoulder to shoulder. Apollo 11 had created a space in Bumming Hills where people felt safe. Apollo 11 had created a space in Bumming Hills where people felt unified and hopeful. Through sports, they had rekindled something long lost, a collective belief in the shared future of Liberia. This is the missing piece of the puzzle right now in our beloved country, Liberia. That missing piece that causes all this confusion is that collective belief in the shared future of Liberia. Liberian youth, hear me out. This is what you need to have a better Liberia tomorrow. A collective belief in the shared future of Liberia. That was just the beginning for Apollo 11. Week after week, game after game, they continued to gather people, bridging divides, reducing local and national tensions, and slowly transforming the perception of what Bumming Hills or Liberia could become one day. For Shamika Jr. and his Apollo 11 team, the field became more than just a place to play. It became a space for peace building where the scars of war begin to heal, one goal at a time. So sit back as we dive deeper into the story of Apollo 11. Bumming Hills become of unity. Apollo 11, Bumming Hills become a hope. Apollo 11 and Liberia become of peace. Apollo 11 organized neighborhood matches on Sunday afternoons. The team were mixed with players from different neighborhoods, backgrounds, and former rival groups and tribes. The intention was clear. Shamika Jr. reminded his teammates in order to win, players had to cooperate. In order to win, players have to communicate with one another. In order to win, players have to set aside past tension. To you, the youth of Liberia today, 15 years to 35, I'll say this to you. In order for Liberia to win, you will have to cooperate with all other ethnic groups and youth across Liberia. In order for Liberia to win tomorrow, you, the youth, have to communicate with one another openly and fairly. For Liberia to win tomorrow, you, the youth of Liberia, starting now, need to put aside all past tension, grievance, hatred, whatever you have. Back to the game. One memorable moment came when two players who had previously held grudges due to family feud and tribal disagreement found themselves on the same team. By game ends, they were sharing high fives and laughing together. This was a small but significant step toward mending national and local bonds. To broaden the impact, Shamuka Jr. planned a tournament and invited teams from Lofa and Montserrat counties. The event was the first of its kind since the war, drawing spectators from different villages and communities in Palmy Hills and its environment. Shamuka Jr. and his Port 11 team enlisted volunteers to help from organizing equipment to setting up makeshift food stands. On game day, Port 11 and his team provided donuts and Kool-Aids to the very young fans. One touching moment came when mothers from eight different tribes in Liberia were seen working together at a food stand. These women were sharing cooking tips and exchanging stories. These interactions fostered a sense of camaraderie that extended beyond the soccer field. In conjunction with the game, Apollo 11 held workshops on channeling emotion positively and resolving conflict without violence. These workshops encourage young people to turn to sports and teamwork when facing challenges. A stand-up moment happened when a player Zized admitted to his team captain, Shamuka Jr., that he always viewed anger as the only outlet. But after the games and the workshop, he felt encouraged to use his passion to uplift others on the field instead. Inspired by this young man, later on organized his own small neighborhood team in Vonjamalofa County, promoting the same message. In a bid to promote further unity, Shamuka Jr. insisted on mixed team games. The participants were randomly grouped from different neighborhoods, different tribes, different backgrounds. This approach forced players to work together, often with people they had never interacted before. One memorable match saw two young men from few tribes scoring the winning goal together. One of the players came from the Gil tribes in Nimba County. He was assisted by another player from the Crown tribe in Grand Juda County to score the final goal. Their combined effort was hugely celebrated by the crowd. For a brief moment, historical grudges were put aside and replaced by the power of teamwork. After each game, the team hosted informal after-match gatherings where everyone was invited to share food, dance, and to celebrate. These celebrations became events in their own rights, allowing everyone in the community, players, spectators alike, to join in. At one such celebrations, Shamaka Jr. gave a heartfelt speech emphasizing that when we play together, we win together. To the youth today, if we play together today, if we win together today, the Liberian future is bright. I say that these gathering, as much as they foster unity, they inspire people to keep coming back. The strange thing about this is that each time they came back, they came with a little bit of suspicion and a little bit more openness. That's what they came with doing. People came back trusting more than hating. Through these games and events, a Port 11 became more than just a soccer club. It was a force of unity and peace in Bombay Hills. Over time, more young people joined, finding in the club a place to positively channel their energy. A former neighborhood leader, Jeremiah Taylor from Clay, even remarked, "A sports can bring peace here. Maybe it can inspire other people too, unquote." By bringing people together through these matches, Shamaka and his Port 11 team changed the community, replacing conflict with cooperation and creating an environment where every young person had a role in building a better Liberia. The ripple effect of a Port 11 effort continues to inspire the youth of Bummy Hill, who have learned to value teamwork, who have learned to channel their energy positively, and to see one another as partners in rebuilding their community, to see each other as partner in rebuilding Liberia. Sports can be a great way to break down barriers. Picture this. Young people from different regions, tribes, some of who have hardly spoken before due to old conflict, coming together for a soccer match. Getting there, they will realize quickly that to win this match, they will have to talk to one another. To win the match, they have to rely on one another. To win this match, they have to move together as a team. In retrospect, for Liberia to win tomorrow, you, the youth of today, have to talk to one another, no matter what tribe you are. As a matter of fact, like I say in my lines, you have no tribe. In my belief, you are a Liberian first, before any tribal affiliation. You need to rely on one another in Liberia to both win tomorrow. Like in your family, take it from a domestic perspective. Your home will be successful if you and your wife have a good relationship going. Your home will be successful if you and your family are moving together as a team. In the absence of that, the family, as we refer to as the nucleus of the society, will be decimated. Suddenly, no longer about who. What I want you to realize is, Liberian youth, I need you to see yourself not in the past, but in the present. You should no longer realize where you were in the past. It doesn't matter. What matters right now is what you, the youth of Liberia, can achieve together for the benefit of Liberia. When you, the youth of Liberia, start to participate in sports or community development, You will develop leadership skills, things like teamwork, strategies, and resilience. These are the skills that Liberia needs for future leaders. I encourage the youth of Liberia to support sports initiative like forming a sport tournament that focus on fair play. That doesn't just build dream or team. It builds young leaders who inspire others, tackle challenges, and eventually become advocates for positive social changes in Liberia. By choosing to play together, compete respectfully, and celebrate each other's effort, young people in Bumming Hills and across Liberia can create, or let me just say it, will be able to create a culture of unity that will outlast any game. When the younger children see the older youth working together on the field, the important thing is this: they will internalize that as the norm for Liberia's future. This is the example you're setting. You, the older youth today, and you begin to cooperate, work together. Your younger brothers and sisters will see you as the way that Liberia should go. Cooperation, respect, and a shared goal for a stronger community in Liberia. By choosing or starting a social club, sport team, or even a hobby, each of you have the chance to change the story of your community. Each of you have the chance to change the story of your tribe. Each of you have the chance to change the story of Liberia. Setting the stage for a stronger, more united Liberia. Think about a sport or hobby you love. If you love checkers, I encourage you to open a checker tournament in your neighborhood. 2 person, 3 person, 4, it doesn't matter. The number is the act of doing that is important. If you love to play chess, open a chess tournament in your community. If you love to play Ludo, congratulations, open a Ludo tournament in your community. Those of you who play card, sixes is the way to go. Spade is the way to go. Open tournament in your community, but be advised, whatever you do, it must be able to bring people together. Whatever game that you're establishing, whatever competition that you're establishing, it must be able to inspire cooperation. It must be able to create a brighter future for everyone and Liberia at large. Think about it this way. Sports aren't just games, and hobbies are not just pastime. They are a way to bring people together. They are a way to build skills and encourage unity, qualities that Liberia needs to rebuild. In conclusion, activities like sports, dance, creative arts are more than just hobbies. They are pathways to healing and unity, especially in post-war Liberia today. These shared passions allow you, the Liberian youth, to transcend all barriers, building trust and respect among youth from different tribes and diverse backgrounds across Liberia. When the Liberian youth come together on the soccer field, in a dance competition, or through creative arts, they create a space for connection. They create a space for community growth. They create a space which Liberia desperately needs as a rebuild. For the youth of Liberia, Embracing the activities is the call to action, a way to lead the charge toward lasting peace and unity. By working toward common goals, you are not only fostering personal growth, you are laying the foundation for a resilient future, setting an example for future generations. This unity, act of coming together through shared interests, carries a powerful message that together we can reshape Liberia into a nation rooted in peace. We can reshape Liberia rooted in cooperation. We can definitely reshape Liberia rooted in mutual respect. So as you pursue the things you love, remember the larger impact you can have. Each match, each dance, each art toward a more unified and peaceful Liberia. I want to tell you thank you so much for joining the Coffee of View today. Please join us next time as we will continue to pursue an avenue through which our future leaders can build themselves today to represent us, or better or more so, to represent Liberia tomorrow on the global stage as well.